All right, so connecting Claude directly to your HighLevel account. Sounds pretty cool, right? We've probably seen a few videos floating around out there, but here's the thing. Most of them will take a third-party tool and stick it in between, or you hit a wall the second you ask Claude to actually go in and try to do something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the way I have this running on my end, live, where Claude goes right into your HighLevel account, pulls contacts, moves pipelines, sends messages, books appointments, all of that, just from a sentence you type in, or dictate, usually what I like to do. So no Zapier, no middleware, no make.com, Claude talking directly to HighLevel. That's what we're going to accomplish today. So real quick on why you can trust me on this. I've been using HighLevel for about 6 years now. I started back in 2020. I've run automation coaching calls twice a week for almost 3 of those years. And I've got a Claude to HighLevel setup actually running in production that I use daily. Not something I just spun up this morning for this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the clean setup, the security stuff that not a lot of people talk about, and then a couple of other things where people have missed in their videos. So what we're going to do is we're going to knock this out in a couple steps. And heads up, I'm on a Mac. So if you've been following some PC tutorial and you're getting stuck, well, this video is going to be for you. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in on this. All right, so first off, what is an MCP? MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. So let's just go ahead and ask Claude here. So here's the response from Claude. In simple terms, what is an MCP? So an MCP, Model Context Protocol, what it is, very simple. It's a new way for AI to talk to different apps. So in the past, when you set up an automation or connecting to softwares, you had to set up if this, then do this. If this, then do this. Now with MCP and AI involved, AI can actually go in. You can just say, I want to do this in the app. And AI will go in and know exactly what to do, how to prompt it, how to pull the right data. So that is, in simple terms, what MCP is. And that's what HighLevel has set up. And a lot of apps have that now to allow AI to talk to different apps. Now, in terms of HighLevel's MCP, they do have, here's their help doc for their MCP server. And they have setup instructions, and they have a bunch of different tools that are available currently. And it's constantly changing. They're constantly adding more. Last week, I think there was 34. Now there's 36. So if you look through this, these are all the different tools, the actions that your AI will have access to via the MCP. Then down here shows you how to install it. This, I've found this one hasn't quite worked for me. So I don't know, not quite sure if it's because I'm on a Mac or if it's because this is just HighLevel setup for the generic MCP, but Claude uses a little bit different side. That's what I'm gonna cover in this video, exactly how to set this up. Shows you how to get your private integration token, which we'll get that, and all the scopes, what access you want, and basically how to connect it all. But we're gonna cover all that in here so you don't have to really read through all of this, but just know this is the help doc here. And we're not using any of the third-party tools, so the data that you're doing is just between your HighLevel account and Claude. So you're not sending it out to other third-party tools where they can read your data, especially client data, info like that. We're not doing any of that. We're doing direct connection to Claude. Now, yes, it pulling the information is going to be sent to Claude servers, but you more or less control it, not going through a third party, to really have full control and no security risks at all for client data, information like that. You'd want to use your own local model on your own machine, but not everybody can do local models now, and local models aren't always as intelligent as the big models out there, such as Claude right now. So it's just a little warning, heads up there, but in general, you're controlling all this and you control the actual access that it has, and I'm going to show you all of that. Okay, so now let's just hop right into it and get it set up so then we can actually demo it and show you what's going on and how it works. All right, let's take a second here. If you're getting value out of this, it'd be greatly appreciated if you hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button down below. It tells me what kind of content you want more of, and also same with the YouTube algorithm, and just in general helps this channel out, which would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you want the exact config file for this in a starter setup, I've got one in my free community down below in the description. Go ahead and grab it, and we'll get back into this video. All right, so I'm gonna hop over here into one of my HighLevel accounts. This is one of my test accounts, so we'll do it in the test account here. And then the other thing you'll want to set up is, I would say, get a text document, a note editor out, because we're going to have to put in some keys in here and location ID. So this, and you'll actually be able to get this down in the description. I'll have this available for you. But this is the JSON, the little code that we're going to add into your configuration file. So we're going to take this. What I'm doing, I'm just going to go on a new line here because we're going to need a bearer token, basically your API key. And then we're going to need your location ID. So this is what we're going to do. In your HighLevel account, you're going to come down to settings. Now you want to make sure you're in the location that you want to set this up for. So now we're here to settings. Then you're going to go to your business profile, and you're going to take your location ID here. So let's copy that. And then I'm just going to put it onto my text document here, and we're going to use this later. Next thing that you're going to get is we're going to need a private integration token. So we're going to come down to the bottom left here where it says private integrations. And then in here, you're going to click on create new integration. Go ahead and name this whatever you want. We'll name it Claude MCP. Give a description if you want, and then click next. All right, so now we get to the scope screen. Now in the scopes, this is the permission that you're going to give Claude. So whatever permission you want to give it, what you want it to do, then this is what we're going to select here. Now you come here, if you select all, just note this is going to give Claude access to your entire HighLevel sub account. So we can go and send messages, send emails, it can move contacts around, it can edit pipelines, it can do everything. Well, mostly everything that's on the scopes list until HighLevel adds more in later on. So what you can do is if you're first coming in here, first time, you probably don't want to give it any edit access. So you might want to come in here and just click on anything that says edit and just clear anything that says edit. That way, first time you're coming here testing, your Claude doesn't go and mess up anything in your account. So you can go through and delete all that and only do the view ones, or you can even just come in and do just the ones that you need it to specifically view, edit, and control. Maybe it's probably going to be pipelines, contacts, messages, just some of the basic things. But for this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything because I've been using this, so I know the limits of it and I know capabilities. So I'm selecting everything, especially this is also just my test account. But then I can show you the full what can be done. So once you select your scopes you want, you're going to click on create. Now this says security risk because one of those in here is, if we scroll up, this one right here allows you to edit users. That's kind of a big deal. So it's just letting you know, hey, be cautious. This is a sensitive scope. And so I'm just going to click confirm on this. And now here, now you get your private integration key. So this, you're going to copy this. You're only going to see this once. So what we're going to do is bring my note editor over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this over in my note editor. And then after this video, I'm going to rotate this key so that it doesn't work anymore. All right. So I'm going to close that. Now I don't see this anymore. You can't find that anymore. This is how you can rotate it. All right, now that we've got our private integration token, next thing we need to do is we need to edit the configuration file within Claude. So go ahead and open up your Claude desktop app. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go down to our settings. So click on your name, the bottom left, go to settings. Next, you go down to developer down the bottom left, and you're going to see this screen. You may already have something in there, but if not, either way, you're going to click on edit config. And what that's going to do is that's going to bring up a Finder window right to where your Claude desktop configuration file is. So first thing I like to do is before I just go and start editing this file and risk messing up my Claude account, I like to duplicate this out. So right click, duplicate. Now I got a backup for in case anything goes sour. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my Claude desktop config file. I'm going to pull that over here. Now yours may have nothing in it. It may not have much in it. If you've connected things to your Claude account or updated different settings, then you probably would have a lot of different stuff in your Claude config file. I have a lot here, connect a lot of different apps and stuff to my Claude. But what we're going to do is we need to now add in, I'm going to bring over my other text doc. We need to now add this code in to our JSON config file. Open up Claude here, and the beauty of having Claude, it's like your own personal assistant. So if you don't know how to do something, ask it. Claude will teach you or do it for you or show you how. Let's go back and let's take that config file. So I have another one that doesn't have the MCP stuff in it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that config file over in here. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to write something simple as, can you help me add this JSON code into my config file? Something simple like that. And then I'm going to grab that code that I provided you. We're going to copy this. I usually like to copy it without putting my token ID in there, just so I'm not sending it to the Claude servers. So we're going to paste that in. And I'm just saying, can you help me add this JSON to my config file? And we're going to send that, and we're going to see the response we get back. All right, so now it added in that config file, or added into the config file, and we got that right here. Easier way of not getting messed up, because it will verify it's all correct. So now we'll just copy this, and I'll come back, I'll pull my config file back up, I'll just highlight all of this, and I'll paste in my new code. Now over here, now we need to replace these token code and location ID. So that's where I'm going to come back here, I'm going to grab this token ID, copy that, leave the word bearer in, space, replace your token here with that token ID, and then get your location ID, and where it says your location ID here, paste that in. All you gotta do now is close this up, click OK, click save. Now that saves your config file, and again, we need to close Claude up, so I'm gonna close it up, quit, and I'm gonna open Claude back up, And then again, no errors here. So that means it worked properly and it should be connected. So now let's go ahead and test it out and see what Claude can actually do. So what I'm going to do in the new chat here is I'm going to first just ask, what can you see in the account? Hey Claude, I just connected my HighLevel account to Claude via MCP. Can you go ahead and look in there and tell me what you can see? Oh, and by the way, I'm doing this as a demo for my YouTube video, so we want to see what your capabilities are with this. And we'll send that off. Nice, I can see your HighLevel MCP tool is loaded. Let me start pulling some data. So great, it's pulling data and we're going to see what it can do. All right, now we can see, this is awesome. It can see what's in the HighLevel account. Here's a pipeline. It's listing all the pipeline and the stages out. The opportunities, so there's 62 opportunities. Several old test contacts from back in 2020. 637 contacts. Here, 637 contacts. Yep, that's correct. Has some details about them, what the MCP can do. Beyond reading, I can also search contacts, add or remove tags, create, update, delete contacts, search and filter opportunities, read custom fields, yada, yada, yada. There's a lot more I can do in here. This is seriously a powerful integration for your YouTube audience. Absolutely. All right, so let's try something else out. All right, this is great. Now, can you create a new contact in there? We'll say the contact's name is Bob Smith, and the email is testing@gmail.com. All right, so let's have it create a contact. Got it, creating Bob Smith. Done. Bob Smith's created. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. 637 contacts. Do a little refresh here. Go back to contacts, and now we have, who did it create yet? Is that too fast? Let's go back. There we go, 638, Bob Smith, testing@gmail.com. Perfect. Great, now can you add a tag to Bob Smith? Let's add the tag of new lead. Click the allow button. Awesome, tag added. Let's go ahead and check it in HighLevel. So we'll click into Bob Smith, and we'll come up here, and he has the tag of new lead. All right, now can you find out for me how many leads do not have a first name or a last name, or an email, or a phone? Let's just find out all the ones that are, say, blank contacts in there. All right, so let's see what we got here. Based on analyzing 200 of your 638 contacts, truly ghost, no name, email, no phone, 0 found. Okay, so I guess they all have at least that. Phone only contacts, so it found some phone only contacts, and then so partial name, so it pulled up all this bunch of information we got here. Now you can go even further in this. You can have it analyze your dashboards. You can have it go find all contacts with these details and these details, then move their opportunity to a new stage. There's a lot more you can do. Okay, so that's the way you connect your Claude to your HighLevel account. We went through what an MCP is. I showed you how to update your config file, where you get your location ID, where you get your private integration token, how you get that all implemented, ways to get that code added into your config file. And then we went in and we actually asked Claude, what can you see? And it pulled up all the information it could see from the account. We had it create a contact. We had it add a tag to the contact, and then analyzing some of the contacts that are in there that are missing some information. And there's still a lot more that you can do with it. The great thing is just play around, go and ask Claude what it can and what it can't do. If it's missing any scopes, then you can go back into your private integration. You can add the extra scopes in, you can remove the scopes, but now you just need to chat with Claude on exactly what you want it to do, what you want it to analyze, and now you have essentially your own manager right next to you, able to dive into your account and give you the great insights, the analytics that your account needs, and also just go and do things for you. Great way you can surface leads that are been hot in the past, that maybe you haven't reached out to them in a while, and that you might not even know just by searching around in your own account. But by talking to Claude and having a look at your account, it can surface things that you may be missing, holes in your account, contacts that can be reached out that will more likely to close, what to focus on. So there's a lot more you can do with it. Ask, and if it can't do it, it'll tell you, or it'll suggest what to do to be able to do that. If you don't have a HighLevel account yet and you want to get one, down in the description I have my affiliate link down there. Now if you use my affiliate link, one, it'd be greatly appreciated. It will give me a little bit of a kickback, but if you don't want to use it, that's totally fine either way. So affiliate links down in the description. Also link to my communities down there, free community, so go ahead and join that. And also feel free to drop a comment. Let me know other type of videos you want to see, what else you'd want to see with the Claude and HighLevel connection in general. Maybe I'll make a video on that. And with that being said, I'll see you on my next video.